Today's the day that I'm going to go into detail and explain my retinal detachment journey. I'm going to explain the symptoms, where I was when I found out, what happened, what did I do, the procedure, the surgery, the pain, the shock, the anxiety, all of it. I hope you guys are ready because I am. For those of you that are brand new to this channel, welcome to Jen Sees You. If you've been through this, I get it. I totally get it. I understand. I see you. You are not alone. And if you're coming from the intro video, thank you so much for your loyalness. Is loyalness a word? Thank you so much for your faithfulness. I'm so happy that you're here. And let's jump right into it. Early July, I was waking up in the morning, and right before I would fully open my eyes, I was seeing a yellow curtain, a yellow halo-like effect. And I didn't know what it was, of course. And the beauty of this was that it was only in the mornings. One time, only in the morning. So I was completely forgetting that this was happening throughout the day. And I would not remember that this happened until the next day, until the following day, when I would wake up and see the yellow halo again. And I'm like, okay, this is not normal. However, I did not think, silly of me, that this was time sensitive, that this was SOS, warning signs, signal. I kind of let it go by, and I was hoping it was just gonna go away on its own. I know what a lot of you are thinking right now, like, what do you mean? Of course, it's serious. Mind you, it was only one time a day and only in the mornings when I would wake up. It would not happen. Even if I would take a nap and wake up, it wouldn't happen during my naps. I let it lag a few days. However, fast forward a few days, fast forward about a week, and I had to say that under my breath. Fast forward about a week, and two things that I want to preface this story by is, number one, prior to this event happening, I had already been diagnosed with astigmatism and nearsightedness. The second thing I want to preface the story by is saying that I am a believer, I am a Christian in the Lord, and I do believe in the Holy Spirit. I say that because on Friday, or I should say it was a Friday, that I go to work and I just felt a really hard tug that told me, you have to go to the eye doctor today. Do not wait any longer. This is your day. Based on that tug, I called my local optometrist that I see every year for my contacts and my glasses. And I said, can I do a walk-in? I'm seeing this flashing light in the morning, just once a day. Can I do a walk-in just to see, what's going on? And they told me, yeah, sure. Come during your lunch break. I said, perfect. I tell my coworker, I'll be right back. I'm going to go run an errand during my lunch break. I leave everything on my desk as is. I left the scene as is, right? Like I was coming back to the office. My notepad, my water bottle, everything was on my desk. My lunch was in the refrigerator. All cool. I grab my bag. I get to the eye doctor. While I dilate my eyes, I'm making plans for the next day. I was gonna play pickleball, so I'm making all these plans. Finally, the eye doctor, she calls me in and have a seat. What's going on? I explain to her. She looks inside my eye, and with the flashlight or the big device with that, and she goes, look up, look left, look right, look down. When she tells me to look down and right, she goes, can you do that again? She's like, look down and right again. I'm just like, that's a first. So I look down and right again, and then she turns back and she looks at me and she goes, I know that you're in your lunch break, but you're not going back to work. From here, you are going to the emergency room. You're going to Bascom Palmer Institute. You are this close from losing your vision on your right eye. Permanent vision loss. From the nerves, I feel like cold water has just been thrown at me, right? And then I feel like I've just been slapped in the face right after. And from nerves, I just laughed, like, you're kidding. And she goes, I'm not kidding. She's like, this is an emergency. You have to go. She's like, if you could run, run. If you could fly, fly. But you have to go. She's like, I'm sending you with a letter. This letter, take it to the emergency room and tell them that they need to see you immediately. This is extremely time sensitive. She's like, I am actually surprised that you have not lost your vision yet. Okay. I start crying right there in front of the doctor. She goes, don't cry. Don't cry. Be thankful. Be very, very thankful that you have not lost your vision. This is permanent damage that you could have caused. She's like, you could be an hour away, you could be a day away from losing your vision. You must leave now. And with that, off to the hospital. So at this point, I have already called my close friends, my family, my coworkers, call them, by the way, I'm not coming back to the office. Apparently my retina's detached and I may go blind, and it's just panic mode, right? For those of you that have experienced this situation the way that I experienced it, where it was not scheduled, you didn't know about it, you weren't mentally prepared. For those of you who have just received the news the way I did, you are a warrior. Let me tell you something. God has big plans for you, right? God is faithful, and do not let this situation, because I've been through it, right? And I'm here, I'm sitting here. And I do also want to say that I've never had surgery before. This is my very first experience with surgery. So if I could get through this, you are going to get through this. You are going to get to the mountaintop stronger than ever, more resilient than ever, than ever. And the best is truly around the corner. Do not give up. At this point, I get to Bascom Palmer Eye Institute in the University of Miami. And let me say that the nurses and the registration process was so smooth. A smile can go such a long way when you're going through this, because you get to the eye doctor, or you get to the emergency room, and you don't know what to expect. You don't know the diagnosis you're about to receive. This is already a dire situation. And when you encounter a smile in the registration process, when you encounter, while they're checking your blood pressure, a smile, how are you? Hey, everything's gonna be okay. You're in good hands, right? That makes a challenging, dire situation just a little bit more bearable. And I just want to give a shout out to Bascom Palmer, because they helped the situation just enough, I should say, just enough that I could sit in the waiting room and just, I wouldn't say be in peace, but that I could sit in the waiting room and know that I was gonna be okay, right? So a few hours pass by and I finally get to see the doctors, and I'm low-key hoping that the doctor from earlier today was wrong. I'm low-key like, but that was not the case. I had 4 doctors confirm that I had chronic eye retinal detachment. They were all full of compassion. They explained to me what was happening, what was going on, some options. They explained to me a gas bubble or a scleral buckle, right? So all of these terms are foreign to me, and all this is happening so fast. But again, the compassion that the doctors transmit, that gives you hope that everything is going to be okay. This situation is so challenging, so difficult, it's so out of right field. But again, if you're in good hands and good doctors, like the doctors that I came across, I knew everything was going to be okay. They scheduled me for surgery the next day. So I saw them on Friday and they scheduled me for first thing in the morning, 7:30 a.m. surgery. For those of you that may be wondering, why am I making these videos? That night when I left Bascom Palmer Institute, that Friday night, when I came home, I went straight to YouTube. I went straight to Google, trying to find resources, trying to find information, what to expect. This news was out of left field. I wasn't expecting it. So I was looking for information on how do I prepare for this? What do I do? What's going to happen after the surgery? When I get out of surgery, what am I going to see? Am I going to have vision? Like what happens, right? So I was doing all this research. And I came across a few videos, but the videos that I did come across, they were a little bit outdated. So I told myself, I'm going to document this whole experience, because if I can give some information, some help, some hope, some tips, suggestions to someone that's preparing to go into surgery, I know it would mean the world to this person, because that was me that Friday night, looking for videos, for testimonies. So I just want to share. This is why I'm making this video. I've never done YouTube ever before in my life. This is my very first time. And again, I've been inspired to make these videos. If I could just help one person, then these videos was worth it. As I stated previously, I have never had surgery. I did not know what to expect. So much so that, well, let me rewind. Friday night, I did not sleep. So if I slept half an hour, that was probably like the most that I slept, because nerves, and number two, and that's something that I'm going to make a video in the future on, is a little bit of PTSD. For those of you who have seen the light, and by the light I mean flashes and floaters, you, or at least me, personally, I experienced a little bit of PTSD, because I do not want to see that light again. There's a day that I'm gonna want to see the light, but just not this light. And that night, I remember I didn't sleep, because I said, as long as I don't see that light, that yellow light, I know I'm gonna have vision. So let me not go to sleep, because I don't want to experience that. I never want to see that light again. And again, for those of you who have experienced this, you totally understand. And please feel free to leave comments, share your story with me, share with me if you do have PTSD, if this is a real thing, because I do feel like I'm a little bit like tense, because I don't want to see any flashes ever again. The next day, Saturday, again, I have no idea what to expect. They did call me from the hospital and they told me no jewelry and to stop eating at a certain time. Tylenol, right? I asked them in advance, like, is it going to be over-the-counter pain medication, or is it going to be prescribed? And they told me Tylenol. However, clothes-wise, I had no idea. I was like, are they going to put me in a surgical gown, socks, or am I going to be in my street clothes? Right? Is this going to be, am I going to sit in a very big chair and they're going to operate my eye while I'm in my regular clothes? I had no idea. So that morning, I actually took a while to get ready, trying to find loose fitting clothes and comfortable clothes, because I'm like, I'm going to get surgery done in these clothes. Little did I know that when I got to the registration process for my surgery, they gave me a gown and they gave me the socks, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is surgery. This is as real as it's going to get. Guys, I hate to stop it here, but more to come. In my next video, I'm going to explain what happened post surgery, and I'm going to give all the details, all the recommendations, all the tips, what to expect, how to prepare, at least how I prepared and how I would have prepared if I had more time to. Again, I'm not a medical professional expert. However, again, I'm just here to share my encouragement. Thank you so much for tuning in, and please subscribe, and I can't wait to read your comments. I can't wait to connect with you and learn about your journey, particularly, specifically, your retinal detachment journey.